Hi folks, and welcome to the next video tutorial in this series around Apple Business Manager. In this video, I will show you the simple process of how to 1. Import an iOS device to ABM using Apple Configurator 2 and 2. Locate and validate a successful import in Apple Business Manager. Do keep in mind that the user of that device then has a 30-day provisional period to release the device from Apple Business Manager, supervision, and device management. This 30-day provisional period begins after the device is successfully assigned to and enrolled in a third-party MDM server linked to Apple Business Manager. So, without further ado, let's get started. Before we get started, it is assumed that you already have a Mac with Apple Configurator 2 installed and a suitable iOS device to hand. Ensure you have Apple Configurator 2 open. The icon looks like this. Your iOS device is in a post-factory reset state, i.e., at the Hello Setup screen. Your device is plugged into the Mac with a genuine Apple Lightning cable, and you have a browser tab open signed into Apple Business Manager with admin access. We first must create a Wi-Fi profile for the iOS device. The Wi-Fi profile is used by the device for internet connectivity to activate with Apple. In Apple Configurator 2, click File and then New Profile. Give the profile a suitable name. In this example, I will name the profile ABM Wi-Fi payload. Next, we will click Wi-Fi from the left side menu. Click Configure. Provide an SSID or the Wi-Fi connection name as is broadcasted from your router. In this example, I am using a hotspot provided by my personal phone called ADE Enrollment Demo. If you are using the hotspot feature from your computer or phone, enter the SSID you have set for the hotspot connection. Next, under Security Type, click the drop-down box and select the type of security required to connect with the Wi-Fi or hotspot. The security type for my hotspot is WPA2 Personal. Give a password for the Wi-Fi or hotspot connection if required. Once complete, click File and then Save. Give the profile save file a name or leave it unchanged. Click Save to save the payload file. Remember which directory the payload file is saved to, as you will need it later. In the top left corner, click the red cross to close the Profile Creator tool. From the main All Devices window, click your iOS device to ensure it is highlighted. In the top ribbon, click the Prepare button. Okay, so this part is quite important as we want to make sure the iOS device only imports to Apple Business Manager. Ensure Prepare with is set as Manual Configuration. Add to Apple School Manager or Apple Business Manager is ticked. Activate and complete enrollment is not ticked. Allow devices to pair with other computers is ticked. Okay, great. Click Next to continue. Ensure New Server is selected from the drop-down box. Click Next. Because we are not wanting to enroll the iOS device to an MDM server, we will enter Microsoft Intune to satisfy this step. Otherwise, Apple Configurator will not allow us to continue. Do not change the hostname or URL. Click Next. Apple Configurator will display an error message to say the enrollment server could not be verified. This is expected behavior. Click Next. You will be asked to add a Trust Anchor certificate for the MDM server. We do not need to select a certificate. Click Next. Okay, so You will now be asked to sign in using the administrator credentials for Apple Business Manager. Go ahead and enter the Apple ID credentials as required. Click Next to sign in. Upon a successful sign-in, you will be taken to the next step. Here, we will select Generate a new supervision identity. Click Next. This step is not particularly important because the iOS device being imported to Apple Business Manager will not be enrolled in an MDM. Leave this step unchanged and click Next. Click the Choose button to locate the Wi-Fi profile we created earlier. The profile will be in a mobile config format. Click Prepare. Apple Configurator will now prepare the iOS device and import it into Apple Business Manager. This process may take up to 5 minutes depending on your internet connection speed. Once complete, an error message will appear. Do not be alarmed by this message. Click the Restore button. Make sure to keep the iOS plugged into the Mac while the Apple Configurator restores the device. If you are liking this video and want to see more videos like this, do make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on so as not to miss an update. Open up your web browser and sign into Apple Business Manager if you have not done so already. Apple Business Manager is available at business.apple.com. To locate the iOS device we just imported from Apple Configurator, click your account name at the bottom left corner and then click Preferences. Under your MDM servers, you will hopefully see Apple Configurator. Clicking Apple Configurator, you will see on the right side under MDM server information, enrolled via Apple Configurator. Click the Show Devices button from the top ribbon menu to reveal which devices were imported by Apple Configurator. Here, you can see the iOS device imported from Apple Configurator, which is an iPhone XS. Clicking the device, we can see more information such as its model, the MDM server, and serial number. Under Details, we can validate that the source is Apple Configurator. And there you have it. You've successfully imported an iOS device into Apple Business Manager using Apple Configurator. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.